This is Electric Universe Geology Earth News. Today we're going to look at the Rocher structure, or the Eye of the Sahara in Mauritania. This is it right here. Let me zoom in, give you a feel. This is all flat surrounding it. And here is the structure. It's a little confusing. It almost looks like this is the raised area, but in reality, this area is raised, and I think it's probably basalt. I have images of it from another website. Of course, I've never been here. But yeah, this is raised, probably basalt, and then we have these rings. It's between 25 and 30 miles across, and they're concentric rings. I believe material was being pulled in while this was happening, while there was a flood surrounding the area. That's why the surrounding area is flat. There was no place for dust to accumulate. But this area was dry. So while this was happening, there was dust that was molten, iron rich, if this is basalt, as I believe, laying this down while these were happening as a vortex with material being pulled in. The standard geology says it was pushed up from below over, of course, a great period of time, and then it all eroded away. I have links, a number of them, one in particular with wonderful images, and I'll show some of them. These, again, are not my images. But it talks about the rings of material. The center area, the center 3 kilometers, is joyous. It consists of dolomite and limestone. Supposedly it's hydrothermal, although I don't know anywhere where there's hydrothermal dolomite that would form like this. I think it's probably cometary or dust in the atmosphere of Earth while there were electrical events going on, creating dolomite similar to what we find in comet tails, but it's probably dolomite and limestone from the tail of Comet Venus, in my deluded mind. So here's this. Now let's look at some images. Let me go to terrain real quick. It's hard to see, but here you can see the raised area. Here's the edges of the raised area here and here. And it appears something ate into this. I don't think this is fluvial. I think it's probably electrical. Or it might just be what was dry during the deposition period. But yeah, this gives you a better idea of the raised area with these edges. So now some other images. This is from a website that I'll have a link to below, but this shows the structure with the dolomite and limestone in the middle, and then here are the areas surrounding it, which I'm assuming, probably making an ass out of myself, that it's dolomite, or it's basalt, but it might not be, but it sure looks like it. It looks almost columnar here. So here we have this. Everybody agrees it's not an impact crater. A couple of other images. This is supposed to be the process that created a push-up from below, creating this, and then everything has to erode away over a long period of time. It's possible, I guess, but I really don't think so. I just had another thought about this particular image. If this has gotten eroded away and you have these layers radiating out from the center, it would appear that the only thing that could produce this, if it is a vortex with material being pulled in, would be that the material is being pulled in towards the center, so that windward would be on the outside, leeward would be on the inside of the rings. This would be different than Sleeping Woman Mountain, the first video that I put up, where it appears to me that the material actually pushed out from the middle. And according to Don Scott, these events can have ions being attracted to the center of a vortex or being repelled from the center of a vortex. So you could have windward, either on the inward or outward side of these rings, depending on what's happening ionically. And this entire process would be ionic. It would be separating all these things, melting them in places, creating carbonates ionically, attracting them. And all of this is happening at the same time. There's rain coming down, causing the areas that don't have the rings. There's You can see fluvial action, actually, drainage. So this is a whole different way of looking at this structure. Hope it makes sense. Thank you.